Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are having a great day today. So today's video is going to be a lipstick swatch and review video. These are some lipsticks which I have picked up from India, and I'm talking about the Colorbar Sinful Matte Lipsticks. These have been launched I think 6-7 months back, maybe a little more than that, but I finally got my hands on them when I visited India. So I'm going to talk about these lipsticks. If you guys are interested, then please continue watching. Okay guys, let's get started with today's video. Let's talk about some Colorbar Sinful Matte Lipsticks. So I picked up 6 shades from Nykaa. I believe there are around 20 to 25 shades, but I have 6 shades in the range of nudes, pinks, berries. So I'm going to swatch all of the shades on my lips, and I have around 5 or 6 pointers I want to make about this lipstick. So I will share my thoughts while I swatch them on the lips. So first of all, let me show you the packaging of this lipstick. These lipsticks come in a outer box like this. It's a very pretty color. It's purpley berry sort of a color, and I don't feel like throwing away the box. This is how the lipstick box looks like, and there is where the lipstick lies inside. Now the box itself has all the ingredients and everything mentioned here. It's cruelty free, dermatologically tested, lightweight, no paraffin, no talc, no fragrance, and yeah, it's a really sturdy, nice box. You can use it in your day-to-day life. If you take out this inside portion, you can use it for storing jewelry or small knick-knack things. So I will definitely not be throwing this box away. I will be using it. And the lipstick bullet looks something like this. It's a really sleek packaging. You can see a more gunmetal dark sort of a shiny finish packaging, and it has a magnetic closure as well, so the lipstick closes by itself, so that's great. Let's do that again. It is so satisfying. I love this feature in lipsticks, lipstick packaging. And the shade name is mentioned behind. Also the shade name of the lipsticks is mentioned in the box as well, so that's a very nice thing. Let me talk about the first lipstick which I'm wearing right now. This is the shade Corset. The shade looks something like this. It's a very light peachy pinky nude on my skin tone. It's quite a light lipstick. I usually don't go for light lipsticks like this, but from the swatches what I saw, I thought this would be a little bit deeper peachy pink nude, but it's quite light on my skin tone. I'm around NC 43-44, so if you're close to my skin tone, this is obviously how it's going to look on you. The next lipstick which I want to swatch is the shade XXX, and this is a beautiful terracotta reddish nude, brownish nude on my skin tone. This is how the shade XXX looks like. Did I say nude earlier? I would say it's probably more of a deeper nude on my skin tone. As you can see, it's more of a deep reddish terracotta brown shade. I love this lip shade. I think it's a really pretty color, and this is going to suit a lot of skin tones. If you're deeper than me, this is going to be a more reddish nude on you, and if you're fairer, then this is going to be much more deeper, more deep red on you. So I think this is a really nice versatile color. Now these lipsticks retail for 1200 Indian rupees, so by Indian standards these are pretty expensive, and they almost fall in the high-end lipstick category. So naturally expectations from this lipstick is much more. I would say there are more positives, few negatives about this lipsticks which I'm going to touch upon in the video. Okay, the next shade which I've got is the shade Exposed, which is more of a very deep vampy brownish plum sort of a color. This is how the shade looks like. Exposed. These lipsticks are really nicely pigmented. I'll just give you one swatch, and more or less all of the shades I have behave similarly. Look at the pigmentation. In one swipe you are just going to get full opaque pigmentation. Like I made 3 swipes, but you could see in one swipe you get like very nice pigmentation. So the pigmentation on this lipstick is excellent. Let me just apply this and show you guys. I have naturally pigmented lips, so these lipsticks, even the lightest shade Corset, could cover up my pigmentation quite well. and when I'm applying this lipstick, it feels really nice and creamy. There is no drying effect to it. Although it's a matte lipstick, it feels quite creamy and rich. There is no skipping or anything, it just glides very easily and it feels very smooth. So that is the shade Exposed. It's such a gorgeous color. I don't have a lot of shades like this. It's a deep plummy brown vampy sort of color. I love it. It's going to be perfect for nighttime parties or anything like that. And I think the eye look which I've done today goes very well with this lipstick as well. Oh guys, moving on to some pinks and berry sort of colors. This is the first pinky lipstick which I got. This is the shade Tainted and it's a very pretty pink with a purple undertone. You can see a lot of pink, but you can see a lot of purple as well. This is going to be a very everyday friendly lipstick for me. I must say I am really impressed with the pigmentation of this particular shade. Normally these kind of pinky purpley lipsticks, they are not very intensely or richly pigmented, or they are not able to cover up my natural pigmentation on the lips, but this one is able to do so, and you are not able to see a lot of pigmentation peeking through. So that's really nice. I think this one works great. I love this shade. It's such a pretty color. This is the next shade. It's called Sultry. It's a very beautiful bright berry raspberry pink, and this also of course is going to flatter a lot of skin tones, and I'm in love with the color. Okay, now let's talk about the comfort level of this lipstick. These are Colorbar Sinful Matte Lipsticks. So these are marketed as matte lipsticks. So of course you're going to be curious about how comfortable these are. I would say these are very comfortable. In fact, one of the most comfortable matte lipsticks I have worn, because they do not dry down completely matte. They will give a matte look, but they do not dry down completely matte. But yes, if you are wearing it for very long hours, say 6 or 7 hours, towards the end of the wear, it's going to get quite drying. It does feel dry. But if you're wearing it for 5-6 hours, you're not going to be too bothered about it, because it doesn't feel drying. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't even dry down completely. But yes, it does settle down matte on the lips as it progresses throughout the day. It doesn't set completely as when you apply it. For example, now also you can see that there is some transfer, but this transfer is because I have just applied it right now. If I wait for 1 or 2 hours, then I do this test, it's not going to transfer all that much. You're not going to see so much of transfer. Even if you're drinking coffee or tea, you're not going to see that much transfer on the cup as well. So that's a good thing, that it doesn't transfer that much. But yes, it does transfer. Also keep that in mind that this is a matte lipstick, so you have to exfoliate your lips before you apply them. It's not going to cling on to dry patches immediately. Even if you haven't exfoliated, it's not going to make it look like very crepey and flaky or anything like that, because it doesn't immediately dry down or immediately goes matte. But if you wear it for long hours, then over a period of time it's going to cling on to your dry patches, definitely. Even if you have a little bit of dry patch or a little bit of flakiness, this lipstick is going to cling on to it. So make sure you just exfoliate your lips, and also please do remember that over the period of time it's going to dry down even more matte, and it's going to cling onto your lips, and it's going to look a little bit drying. So that's something you have to keep in mind. I think it's it's common for all kind of matte lipsticks, but compared to some other matte lipsticks, I will definitely say that these are more pigmented, definitely much more comfortable, and the texture is really nice and creamy, and but the transfer is not all that much. The last and the final thing I want to talk about is the staying power. So stay tuned, there's one more shade to go. So this is the last lipstick for today. This is the shade Provoke, which is a beautiful berry lipstick. I of course had to pick one berry lipstick, guys. You guys know how much I'm obsessed with berry lipsticks, so I picked up this one. Now, as I already mentioned, that these lipsticks do transfer, even though the transfer is very little if you're wearing it for long hours. But yes, whatever it is, they do transfer a little bit, and because of that reason, they tend to fade away from this part of the lips, the inner part of the lips. If you are drinking coffee, it's not going to transfer and like the entire lipstick is going to come off. If you are eating like normal food, not too oily, the lipstick is still going to stay on the lips, but there will be some fading from the inner part of the lips. Even if you're talking too much, if your lips are moving too much, there is going to be a little bit of fading. That's what I've noticed with some of the shades like Corset, Sultry, even this shade XXX. Exposed was pretty good, there was not much fading, but I think 5 out of the 6 shades I have noticed that there has been fading throughout the wear, especially from 2.5 to 3 hours mark. The fading starts and it will just fade away a little bit from like this portion. So I was kind of a little bit disappointed with that, because I was expecting that these lipsticks are going to be much more long wearing, especially since these are quite expensive. I was expecting them to last on the lips with their full like opaque pigmentation a little bit more longer, but that opaque pigmentation which you see right here, it's not going to last on the lips for very long. The lipstick is not going to come off, but you are definitely going to notice a slight bit of fading. That's what happened to me. So just want to mention they're a little bit disappointed with that fact in this matte lipsticks, but otherwise I think these are really nice. Pigmentation is great, texture is great, comfort is great, and the packaging is also really luxe. So all those things are nice, just that the price point, it could have been a little bit lower, I guess. And I have noticed a slight bit of fading with these lipsticks. Now let me just quickly show you the swatches of all of these lipsticks on my arm so that you can see a quick comparison of the shades. Okay guys, so those are my thoughts on the Colorbar Sinful Matte Lipsticks. I will definitely recommend them, but just keep 2 or 3 points about them in mind. And I would say pick them up maybe during a sale. Other than that, I really hope that this video was helpful and you liked it. If you have used these lipsticks and if you have some favorite shades, then do let us know in the comment section below. And also share your experience. I would love to know. And yeah, that's it for today's video guys. I really hope that this was helpful. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.